Greetings, people of the internet. I am Lucha Man, and welcome to Lucha Man Reviews, brought to you by El Gato Calico. Yes. Okay, here you go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Yeah, that's that is El Gato Calicoa. Calicoa. Anyway, on today's episode, I am reviewing Praise Petey, the newest animated series to the Freefrom Network, which is also streaming on Hulu. Now, I actually discovered this show in an email I received. I was like, okay, this is interesting. I'll give it a shot. So, Praise Petey is written by people who do Saturday Night Live. It's also produced by Mike Judge, is one of the producers, and so it's also people who worked on this show also worked on Bojack Horseman and Beavis and Butthead. If you want to be in here, you can't rub up against the camera stand. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Now that the cat-based earthquake on the camera is done, so what is Praise Petey? Praise Petey is a show about a girl from New York named Petra, aka Petey, who has it all. She has an apartment, she has a fiance, and she has a great job. And I'll tell you about the fiance and a spoiler thing at the end of this review. But before she loses all of that, she gets a video from her father, who has got her something pretty cool: the town of New Utopia. Please don't claw at the cape. And this is why I don't work with animals too often. Okay. So, she has inherited from her father the town of New Utopia in West Carolina. So, after she loses everything, after she loses everything, she moves to West Carolina and inherits Utopia, an entire town that loves her for everything she is. And what is that she is? Why, she is the leader of their cult. That's right, she has inherited a cult from her father that he's been setting up. And it has, of course, all the tropes and shenanigans and memes, and basically has all the earmarks of a cult. Everyone dressing up in certain ways and praising her, and the human sacrifice. Yeah. So this show is definitely aimed at a more mature audience. It's like I said, since Bojack, Horseman, and Beavis and Butthead they have the teams that produce that. Yeah, so I think like in the lines of maybe Family Guy-esque sort of humor. There's stuff that's mosaiced out, and then there's some language. That they have some strong language, and they have stuff that is straight up bleeped out. And you need to quit up against the tripod, please. There's that. And it's interesting because Petey, who's had little to no confidence or leadership skills, is now basically thrust into the role of leading an entire cult. Now, the cool thing is, as well, so she's in charge and they do what she says, but she's, not doing the whole cult thing. She's not making them do stuff. Or if she does, it's unintentional. Yeah, so she's basically trying to de-cult the cult. She's trying to get it to be normalized or normal. She's trying to make friends with people. And there is a potential love interest or romance interest for her because like I said, she lost all three things in New York. The show, it's alright. I mean, the animation is decent, and I got no complaints about the audio, but it just seems a little weird. I mean, okay, I can't tell why, but something about this whole series just seems off. I mean, like, everyone in this town just is worshiping her and following her, and like I said, she's not abusing it, but it is kind of weird and creepy in some aspects, and some people's, I can't tell if this is like mocking cults or if this is like how some cults act, because like seriously, there's like I've seen cults in other reference materials. Like there was a cult episode of Beavis and Butthead. There's a cult episode of South Park. In fact, heck, there's even a recently released game called Cult of the Lamb. So yeah, this cultism the new wave train that we're riding. I mean, first it was zombies and now this. Yeah, so there's some parts of the show that are good, but there's some other parts just are a little weird, and some stuff it's kind of like a little awkward. But hey, I guess that's what you aim for. So by the time this video goes up, we should be 6 episodes in. I saw the first 4 and I was like, okay. Yeah, it's just weird. It's like hopefully as the show goes on, the characters start to develop a little more. Like, I mean, I would really would like to see Petey get this town to be normal because, like I said, I'm happy that she's not abusing her power. So that's a good thing right there. So a little bit of a weird start, but hopefully it'll be interesting to see how the show turns out. So if you want to try something different, I'd say go for this. I give Praise Petey an 8.5 out of 10. It's it's a weird watch, but compared to some of the other stuff I've seen, it it, it has potential. All right, well that's all the time we have for this episode. Until next time, this has been Lucha Man for Lucha Man Reviews, and thank you for watching. And as always, have a nice day. Okay, welcome to the Praise Petey spoiler section of the video. Now, so when I said at the start of the video that she had everything in New York, an apartment, a fashion job, and a fiance. The fiance's name is Brian, and he is a literal photorealistic 2x4. I'm guessing there must have been a problem with casting when they started working on this show. Anyway, Brian, my theory is this. Praise Petey takes place in the same universe as Ed and Eddie. Why do I say that? Because I think Brian is Plank from the Peach Creek cul-de-sac. Yeah, because you remember Johnny 2x4, his friend was Plank with a 2x4 with a smiley face drawn on it. So I think at some point Plank and Johnny split up, and I can't tell if his name is Brian Plank or Plank Brian. Anyway, later on, Robot Chicken, they actually had a skit. It's like about 5 seconds of Plank at a frat house, and it's called Plank, the College Years. So Plank was friends with Johnny, went to college, and somehow ended up going to New York to be Petey's fiance. We have some other Ed and Eddie related content and news and stuff coming to this channel later on, so be on the lookout for that. Alright, well that's the spoiler for Praise Petey. Until next time, thank you for watching. As always, have a nice day.